our review-related literature, our conceptual framework, and our theoretical framework. So this time, we are now in chapter 3, no? So you have to congratulate yourselves that as early as September, human-human na mo, no? So, next week, some of you can start with the corrections in your chapter 2, while the others can start working on chapter 3. So, dapat tanan nga grupo, you have to divide. So, it's upon actually the leader. Ay, by the way, leaders, if you are done, no, kay maghuman na to silang Marlina nakapasa mag-hard copy. I will check it tomorrow. So, if you are done with chapter 2, please send me ratings of your members. Okay? 10 is the highest and 0 is the lowest, no, based on their contribution sa paghuman sa chapter 2, because I will record that in my class record, no. And then soft copies, no, ang isend sa uban kung ganahan mo mag hard copy para dali ra nako ma-checkan, the better. Ang sa soft copy manggod iagi na ko siya turn it in nya naka PDF manggod siya, so dili jud exactly ma-edit ninyo. Ang purpose sa ama ng soft copy is check na ko iyang plagiarism o iyang similarity testing. Wait lang, sorry. Banha kayo mong iro. Wait lang for a while, ha. Okay. So, let us continue. So, chapter 3 is your methodology, no? Chapter 1 was all about the background of the study, which includes your introduction, your SOP, and other things that is essential in the introduction of your research. And then chapter 2 provides your review of related literature, which also includes your conceptual framework and your theoretical framework. So, sa chapter 3, unsay unod ani niya, no? Syempre, ang iyahang content, we'll move past this, will be the research design, research respondents, research instrument, data gathering procedure, data analysis procedure, which is your statistical tool, and last but not least, your ethical considerations. So some of the parts here are very easy to construct, while the other parts here takes time, no? So nasa mid, no? Half of it is easy to construct. You don't need the internet to do it. Ang half ana entails you to do to research, no, in the internet. And this is the most like longest. That's why I want to do this. I want to discuss this one. If di na to ni mahuman karong hapon, pwede man ta mo continue next week. Kay murag gamay ra man ang inyong mga subjects, so we can have an online class in the midst of prelim. Asking 1 hour lang to finish the entire chapter 3. So as you are making your chapter 3 in the midst of like studying for prelim, and then after prelim, pwede mo kapadayon sa methodology. We are going to continue this one until we are hoping nga before sa tong foundation day. Foundation day ito is October 11. Kay madugayan jud ta if after na sa foundation day. Our foundation day is 8 days, I think. No, dugay kay mo na tong foundation day. Yeah, 8 days. It's the longest in my entire 7 years na ako sa Santa Rita. This is the longest, no? Our shortest foundation day is 4 days raman. So, we really have to make up for that time, no? Syempre, dili man mo anak ka survey, di man ako kay kuan man ta. So, we are hoping mahuman na to siya si chapter 3 by September 28 or September 30, and we can schedule Pwede man siya September 12. Unsa ganini na sa September 12? I have to check pa sa kuan. Unsa na sa September 12? Oh wait, na diri sa kuang. We had our meeting manggod yesterday. So if dili man kay nga naka kuan daghag activity sa September 12, maybe we can push it. Okay, Friday, Monday is ay, dili ni siya mao guys. Wait lang ha. Pasang okay yun. Okay, maybe we can have the pre-oral. Mag-pre-oral ta by October. Di na nato paaptag after no sa kuan kay kasayang sa galing mo pud lagi no ang budget para tong hunahon kay mao pa pag prelim. Pwede man October mga first week. Okay, outreach program raman sa October 12. And then games. Basta na po yung athletes ninyo diri, no? Upod lagi na siya ang Moklash. So you have to do it really before the kay if you do it by kay mag-start man gud tag 11. Yung mahuman ta 19 or 18. No? 19. October 19. So it's really long, no? It's 8 to 9 days. 8 days, sorry. It's really long. We can't do it by 5. Kaya ra bag 5? Ay, ani magod din siya. If you submit it by 30, I have to check it first. Before we give it to your advisors. Ayun to if you have a calendar there, no? Let me just share na lang siguro. Because my calendar in my laptop is not working, I will just use a Google Calendar here. We will discuss it first, the contents of the deadline, so that naana mo a clear perspective on what to do. And then we can plot out. Okay, let's be realistic, no? If I pressure you to continue to finish it if I pressure you to continue it within a here you go. Okay. So our prelim exam will start on Monday na, no? So magklase ra jud ko ana, and then you can review for your prelims and even like hinahinay nag-edit within this week, and then you can start most probably with chapter 3 by next week po, no? And you have few subjects raman. So siguro pwede mo ka-insert sa mga adlaw nga dili kayo mo cramp up, no? Because our prelim for applied business tools will be sa 20 pa man. So if na may mga vacant days, you can utilize that for chapter 3, no? And also with other things. So I'm planning nga extend ako siya until October 1st week, no? Kaya you have to make the questionnaire as well. Because in chapter 3, you have to prepare the survey questionnaire so that ma-evaluate na siya ni panelist. We will have our external panelist, si Doc Mibato. And si Ma'am Jen pod, no? Ma-view nila. So, mahulog na siya nga kay din po ta pwede ka medal with exams good. The earliest deadline would be September 30, and then maybe I can extend it until October 4. Oh, that is already long enough, no? Dako na kayo na ang 3 weeks. But this is given nga naamang good may prelim exam. No? If it's a regular school days lang, tag 2 weeks jud to ang writing process na to per chapter, no? But since we have prelims, I will give it the benefit of the doubt, so we can extend it until October 4. Yeah, dili na jud ako na madala until koan. Mahulog na lang ni siya. Say naa sa October 19. Namang guy night sa October 19, no? Marag kuan ni siya eh. This is LM night. So, pwede ra ta wala ani, no? Elementary night raman ni siya. Kay ang students night is 17 man sa college, so you need to join. 19 is elementary night. Pwede na tawalaan ni. So, at least, kung makapass mo by October 4, check na ko within this week. I will return it to you for some corrections. Maybe during the days of the foundation day. And mag-prepare na mo, no? We can have it sa 19 or we can have it sa 20. So that I can also inform the panelists. So either October 19 or October 20, we can have the pre-oral defense. This is so important. Why? Because leading up to our short break, pag November, dapat maka-survey na mo. Because after the pre-oral, you will utilize the entire remaining 2 weeks of October to edit the corrections ni panelist and to conduct the survey. So, October ni until November. Mag-survey na gani mo. So, na diri sa month of November nga mag-prepare na pud ta for chapter 4 and 5. December 21, ang last na to for final defense. Okay? So, that is our timeline. Unya, insert pa diri. Nabay times nga dili po kami tinyo kay mag-tour pod mi sa mga undergrad, no? Kamo kay naka-tour naman mo. So, I do hope nga by 4, mahuman dyan na to. No? Or even before 4. Even before 4, mahuman na to ang inyong chapter 3 with your questionnaire. Kay, we can have it by 12 baron or 19 or 20 ang ato ang pre-oral defense. No? Maximize ang ruta. Nakasabot ra 4th year. Sa flow na to sa kuan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So let us continue with chapter 3 methodology. So if you can still remember itong mga discussion pag summer, di ba, na atay quantitative, na atay under quantitative natin descriptive, correlational, comparative research. So if your study is you compare two variables, then your research design is most likely to be comparative. If your research paper determines the relationship of one variable to another but does not establish cause and effect relationship, that is correlational, no? Kaya kung naay cause and effect relationship nga, you are really sure and confident that this is the reason why the dependent variable has changed because of this independent variable, then that is a experimental research, a causal research. But if your study is descriptive lang, no, mura identify ang potential, wala man kay inferential questions that what is the relationship, what is the difference between, no, imuhang research is more into kuan raman, no, kanang sa tawag gani descriptive ra, no, identifier nimo ang level of acceptance o level of readiness o potentiality, wala ka nag-establish og relationship, wala ka nag-compare og variables, no. So that is uh, descriptive design. So sa ilaha, no, ilang title is readiness. So descriptive siya, no, kay wala man siya nag-compare og ka variables, no. A comparison between mo ni mo na o wala man siya naging ana, no, or the relationship of variable A to variable B. O wala man siya naging ana. Wait lang ha. Wala pa rin si Sir Abiliar, no? Maglisod na ito statistics. Doon na lang mo ni ma'am. Kuan, galing busy laban na siya, no? Nana siya sa main eh. Si ma'am, bago na siyang graduate po dog master, si ma'am Kuan, Igay. May na siyang statistics. So, pwede ta mo i-endorse niya. Pero syempre, since dili man siyang part sa college, yun na to, no? Masking mga kuan lang kanang magpatabang mo dayon. Tagailag ka ng gamay nga snack si ma'am. Okay, may ikota kay taga basic ra ba, no? Ako usually, kami sa grad school gabayad jud mi kada consultation, no? When we ask for consultation sa mong panel sa mong statistician, we pay them 500. Oh, pero dili lang ta mo bayad. No? Masking simple lang nga gesture nga nagpasalamat mo ba kay syempre nag-ask mo consultation nila for free. So masking pa snacks na lang. Dahil mo Sir Abiliar good nga partner sa college faculty ba, no? Si Ma'am Melis is from the basic ed and she's also very busy, no? So at least man lang, gamay lang nga palipay, no, nga we took a little bit of her time. So, we can approach her if wala pa si Sir Abiliar, no, kay he is still in recovery. Kay, part man gud diri, we identify also what kind of statistical tool atong gamiton, how we identify our respondents. No, do we do stratified random sampling or do we do descriptive statistics lang, no? Kung mag-descriptive design mo, descriptive statistics yun na. Mag-inferential questions mo like comparative or correlational, there will be hypothesis testing. So you will also incur inferential statistics, no? Either mag-ANOVA ba mo, mag-t-test. Um, ako, I can suggest but dili ko na totally ka confident, no? Kay syempre with statistics when we do our research paper, I have a statistician to help me. Dili man exactly siya na mo compute, no, but he actually guides me kung what is the appropriate statistical tool nga gamiton. And then I also have the grammarian to check the content of my paper. Iagay niya og Turnitin. Wala may Turnitin sa amo sa una. So, we have the grammarian also. Aside from my advisor. Si advisor, ang role ni advisor namo, no, when I took my master's and even karon nga nag-doctorate ako, no, kalabanan na is mo, lantaw siya sa content sa paper, mo hatag siya suggestions, corrections. But for the content, the sentence structure, the similarity testing, plagiarism testing, kay grammarian. And then kani mga statistical tool nga, unsay statistical tool gamiton, unsaon pag-identify sa respondents, how do we do the Slovens formula, because this falls under methodology. Okay, so that is under the statistician. Okay, so anyway, if you've already identified that your research is descriptive, no, so syempre mo imo dyan i-justify, no, nga ang gigamit ninyo is quantitative descriptive design, and then you discuss why. Okay, kay to gather key data to answer the questions in the statement of the problem. And then you provide an in-text citation. So I got this one from no, not my paper, sorry. My students got this one from Macombes in 2022. They defined what a descriptive design research is. So putang pud mo direct in-text citation to further support why descriptive research is appropriate for the study. Okay. Don't forget ibutang Japon ang iyahang source sa reference list. And then justify, no. No, descriptive research man gud siya kay tungod ang focus sa mong gud sa study is ang readiness ra sa San Carlos City as an ecotourism destination. That's why ang appropriate design niya is descriptive research. So justification. Una, i-discuss niya what is descriptive research, how it works, no? Then further description of descriptive research through an in-text citation. After ana, you then, in your own words, justify why descriptive research design is appropriate as your research nga design. Alright, as respondents. Okay, so you have to identify again, no, if you are going to do a non-probability or probability testing and identifying your respondent. Kung mag non-probability ta, there are several ways, no, on how to do it. Same goes with probability testing. But before ta mo undergo unsa nga type of testing, we have to identify first pila atong sample size. Pila atong total population, pila atong sample size before ta makasulat sa respondents. Ani man gud siya ang paagi class, no, sa pagbutang sa respondents ato. First, we identify how many are we going to get. And if we identify if pila ra to ang kwaon as sample respondents out of the total population, we then identify in what way do we collect them. Nga to make sure nga dili pod ingon nga usa ra ka grupo, no, or unfair ang pagpili sa grupo. Hatag og example. I have already identified, ari na lang guro sa ko na lang dissertation para mas masabtan ninyo. I have already identified that my respondents would be the employees from the DOT accredited hotels, resorts, and restaurants all throughout Negros Occidental. Oh, this one. Wait lang. Sa to ha. It's here. Sorry, medyo kuan kasi. Wala pa ganyan siya na humano until chapter 3 pa ni. Ano? Okay. Ay, is this the one? Oh, muna siya. Okay, so I have identified um, that these are the total population of all of my respondents if I classify them according to establishment. Muna total population, Jud, no? The total is 2,407. Ay, nagkabaylo gani. No, nagkabaylo. Sorry. Kabay. Sorry. Sorry, nagkabaylo. Okay, so I have already established that my total respondents will be 2,405. Now, I wouldn't get all of this. That's too many, no? Kay multi-stage man gud ni class kung matigan ka daghan kay table of respondents, so kay multi-stage man gud siya, meaning per city, identify na correspondence per city, municipality, and then identify pala ko correspondence per establishment pa jud, no? So mo na siya. So para sa ni, before ko mo select, no, if stratified random sampling ba ako ang pilion or mag purposive ba ko, so ang ako is identify sa akong total population. So ang mga accredited ang employees per accredited DOT establishment all throughout Negros Occidental. Kato na mga DOT accredited ha, wala ilabot ang uban. So, nasa mga 2,405. Di ba na pwede nga maura ni ang ako ang kwaon, no? Kay matagbaw po tag survey. So, napatabang ko sa akong statistician, syempre Sir Abiliar, margin error ni, napos siya i-compute ng Sloven's formula. Na-determine siya margin error, and then after na nag-compute, okay, usually statistician ani, no? I forgot how to compute Sloven's formula na. I used to teach this one sa STEM. So, pag kuha ito sa Sloven's formula, when we compute it, we identify pila ang sample kada tagsa-tagsa. So, out of 736, 105 ra akong kwaon. Out of 692, 99 ra akong kwaon. So on and so forth. So, ang total niya nga population is narrowed down to 343 na lang instead of 2,405. That is using the Sloven's formula. And then we convert it to percent, no? Kani siya is percentage naman ani good. Pero mo ni siya ang number of respondents per establishment. And this is my total respondents if we combine sila tanan. Dira na namo sulod unsa nga type of selection atong himuon. Do we use non-probability or probability sampling? Kung mag non-probability ta, we do snowball, katong kung kinsa ra ang atong makit-an dira atong tagag questionnaire. And then, kung nasa mga kaila, tagaan po nilang questionnaire, no? Sumara siya ka ng butterfly effect, domino effect. Do we do purposive sampling? So, kung kinsa ra ang intended, no, nga respondents sa kong study, nga related sa kong study, more kung kwaon as respondents. Or, quota sampling. So, as long as makaabot og 343, dira ra ang akong quota, no. Nya, di na ko mo follow ani. So, dili na ko ingon nga ay dapat kada resort sa Negros Occidental pulo ra kabuk kong kwaon kay para fair. Dili na yung ana, no, bahalag matingob nimo ang 105 sa usa lang ka resort, okay na, no? Or kung matingob nimo ang 99 ra ka empleyado sa usa ra ka mabuhay accommodation, okay na, no? As long as makamit ka sa quota. So kana siya, you don't choose at random, no? Bitaw non-probability because you do not choose in random. Sa'yo na kayo siya buhaton, pero dili kayo siya totally fair ang pag-distribute. Now, if we make use of probability testing, we have stratified random sampling, we have systematic random sampling. Okay? So, For example, katong akong giingon ninyo no, katong mga mag-numbering ta or magparoleta ta or i-compute na to, like for example, sa 105 ka-empleyado sa mga resorts, i-distribute na to siya sa okay. Wait lang. I-distribute na to siya sa pila ni tanan? 5, 6, 8, 13, 15. Sakto ba? 15? 15 ka resort. Ah, 15. So, for example, 15 ka resorts, ang 105 nga respondents, i-distribute na to sa 15 nga resorts sa Negros Occidental. Okay? Para evenly distributed. Pwede ta mag-stratified random sampling, ana. There is actually a formula for that, no? Which is, tabangan mo na ni Koan, tabangan mo na ni statistician. Or pwede na po no, kuan mo tagpito. Mato may i-divide ang 105 sa 15 ka resorts. 105 ka employee sa resorts all throughout Negros, i-divide na to sa 15 ka resorts sa 15 ka buok resort establishment sa Negros Occidental. So tagpito. So duha man sa Bacolod ang accredited. So kuha bitag tulo sa usa, upat sa Pikas, no. Dili pito sa Kawayan. Hinubaan itunga na pud nato, no. Or ang 7 atong itunga sa Sipalay. Nay uban tag duha ka employee ato ang ipangutana. O nga na. Okay? That's one example. So, if you do that, no, evenly distributed ang atong mga respondents per establishment. That's stratified. But again, you have to ask the statistician for this one. Identify first kinsa. So, ilaha is purposive ramang good ilaha good. So, you take the total population first. And then, you ask consultation, no, from the statistician. So, sa ilaha since purposive ra, so, gamay raman ang ilang mga koan, gamay raman ang ilang mga, di naman sa kinahanglan mag-stratified. Ang stratified man good is intended for big groups of respondents. Mukuha na kag sample size ba. Ito ibutang, kuha na sila kabuok. 15 ra, 12, no? So, purposive na lang, no? Purposive quota sampling. Kay gamay raman ang ato ang mga respondents. Iwan para sa katong ako ang 2,400 tanan. Di na madalag purposive, no? Di na madala og quota. So, dili makita nimo nga gitanan jud nila no 129 ka stakeholders lang gikuha. 11 ka City Tourism Office nga employees, 14 ka local officials, 182 ka barangay officials, and 352 tanan. So, gamay raman siya. So, that's why they didn't actually need to have a standardized or systematic random sampling. So, nag-non-probability sila. So, wala na sila Gas-Lubin's formula. No? Kahit tungod, tanan naman, total population na. So, imo na silang individual o sulti. No? Labi na if daghan kag klase sa respondents, kay city-based imuhang study. So, mauna siya class. Individual din siya. For the research instrument, so, syempre, you have to discuss not only a verbal interpretation, no, kay kinanglan man na ibutang pod kung Likert scale, but even a description of your survey questionnaire. Okay? So, ato lang ni siyang iskip kay medyo taas-taas ni siya. Ato ning i-discuss by next week. Unahon sa nato ang inyong research respondents kaya di mo ma-overwhelm ba. Kani pa lang daan sa respondents, you need statistician for this eh. So, kung gamay ra mo respondents again, pwede ra mo non-probability, pili na lang mo sa quota or purposive sampling. Pero kung daghan gani, either standardized or systematic. Stratified ng standardized, stratified or systematic random. So the research design dali ra jud ni, no? You can construct this on your own and then you cite it on the internet. Ang instrument, we can discuss it by next week. Kay dako jud tagbuhatonon ani. We will start with the easier one na lang. We will skip the validity and reliability. Okay, data collection procedure. Unsay naa sa data collection procedure, you'll just discuss what is your process in acquiring approval, no? Requiring approval, requiring permission from the dean of college, from the program head, from the research advisor nga mo conduct mo research, and then magto mo sa inyong respondents, mananghid pod mo, and once they agree, you disseminate the questionnaire. After you disseminate the questionnaire, yun na pong i-collect para i-analyze. Okay, or i-tabulate ninyo, i-analyze, i-interpret. So, from the word itself, data collection, unsay mga step-by-step procedure ninyo sa pag-survey. Before, during, and after the survey. For data analysis, you still need the statistician for this one. So both the respondents and even the data analysis procedure, you need a statistician for this. Kaya unsay naa diri, no? Mo ask mo kung unsay appropriate statistical tool inyong gagamiton. So frequency count, percentage of descriptive, if mag-hypothesis testing, either mag-chi-square, ANOVA, t-test. So imo ra nang i-discuss ngano chi-square man ang appropriate, ngano frequency count at percentage distribution man ang appropriate statistical tool, no? Kaning unsa nga klase nga formula ba inyong gamiton pag interpret sa data from the survey. Okay, so you still need a statistician for that. For ethical consideration, what is the difference with this is that the ethical consideration discusses what are the necessary things that you need to do in order to secure ethical soundness in the study. Pwede na ako na siyang i-shorten to one paragraph na lang gani, no? Kaya taas ra kay ni siya. Ang ato amang ethical consideration is one paragraph. Wait lang, let me check if naara diri. Pero pinakumragulay ethical considerations diri. Ay, wala tay kuan. Wala ni diri. Ang ethical considerations, I'll just give you a different one. Ito lang gurong usa ka paragraph. Taas mo ko kay ni siya. Ako ra siyang gi-shorten sa last year. Ang sa ethical considerations is i-discuss ra nimo ba nga pag-collect ninyo sa survey, no? Kung man na sila big answer sa survey, inyong i-assure ang mga respondents nga inyong i-assure yung mga respondents nga ilahang participation is voluntary. Wala sila gipugos. If uncomfortable sila, pwede sa mo back out. Ipabalo sila through the research informed consent form nga ang pag-answer na sa survey is para asa na siya gamiton. Okay? It will be utilized for academic purposes, for research purposes. So they will be notified first. And then once you have gathered the survey data, no, imo silang i-assure nga walay data breach, no, that you will properly store the data, and then once nga mahuman na ang thesis ninyo, mahuman na ang research, you will also dispose of it properly. If you are using printed or hard copy questionnaires, you will dispose of it through paper shredder. You will really state it there. Or if you utilize online survey, you will delete any traces of the survey questionnaire online so that it will avoid any data breach, no, or releasing the responses of the respondent without their consent, no. Na pwede man na anonymous, di man na pwede nga kinahanglan siya to pa fill upan og pangalan nila. Okay, let me just rephrase. For example, mo ni siya, no, kung ato lang siya i-one paragraph, no, prior to the contribution of the questionnaire, the respondents were issued an informed consent to ensure that their participation was fully voluntary and without compulsion. So wala siya gipugos. They're also given information about the study's objective. The respondents were informed that they had the freedom to withdraw from the study if they feel uncomfortable answering the questionnaire or felt uncomfortable. Okay. And then also inform them of the data privacy. No, so in here it stated that the respondents were assured that the information provided will be kept private and that no information about their names would be released. The respondents were also told how the data would be retained or how it will be kept and where it will be stored. Okay? So meaning di siya i-publish without their consent and they will be informed asa siya gamiton, asa siya i-store, and unsaon siya pag-delete. So dapat na transparency. That's ethical consideration, no? Ensuring that we will utilize the data collected from our respondents because syempre, no, they will be answering the questionnaire. And if ma-release na nga ay si kuan labi na kanang kung involve abi ang mga like hotels no ay kani siya nga empleyado ning answer siya about sa hotel kunya bad kay unfavorable kay ang responses no nya di po ta ingon nga kanang doy ilisi na de kay wasi masuko ang tag iya man po ng own experiences di ba so for example that employee gave this kind of response nga dili favorable sa establishment nya kumalik abi to nga siya da ang nag-answer ani so it will put his or her job in jeopardy, no? Mainitan siya sa trabaho, makuan siya, no? Kaya tungod yung answer siya survey, nga unfavorable ang answer, kung dili po na siya pwede. So, dapat ito siya nang i-maintain nga, although there is transparency ha, but the transparency is intended for the respondents, nga ipabalo rin sila, nga pwede sila mo back out, nga dili ni pinugos, nga dili sila ingon nga i-threatened, or bayaran sila to answer the questionnaire. Everything is voluntary. And when they answer, imo sang assure nga dili na makatag ang ilang responses, taguon ninyo og tarong. And once nga mahuman na ang research, inyo po siyang i-dispose og tarong. And that is the end no sa pinaka last part sa to ang methodology. Ang wala lang dyan nato na appeal is ang ato ang survey questionnaire, our data analysis na discuss ako ginagmay lang pero dili siya totally yan naka-solid no so we will go back to it again. So, ang ato ang survey questionnaire, validity and reliability, our data analysis procedure, and our respondents. So, naapay uban nga parts nga wala pa. So, for now, pwede mo kahinay-hinay sa research design. Pwede mo ka-identify sa respondents. So, while hunahuna pa ta unsaon pagkuha sa sample size, unsaon pag-compute, pagbalay na lang mudaan, you will get the exact number from the City Tourism's office kinsa inyong mga respondents pila sila kabuok tanan sila ta mag-compute pwede mo kayo nahinay ana sa research instrument this will be discussed next week kay taas kay siya kay before mo guta maghimog research questionnaire or research instrument no or survey questionnaire ni siya ha i-align mo gud nato to ang statement of the problem so kinahanglan pa ta mo balik dito sa tong statement of the problem for us to structure or make our questionnaire. So, mapani ang mas skip for now. And even the validity and reliability. Unya raman ni siya. Dili pa ni nato siya ma-include. After pa ni siya sa After pa sa pre-oral, I think. No, pero pwede man mo gani before the pre-oral, nakapta sa validity na mo. But it takes time. Dugay po kayo itong mga validators. Ako ganyan, nagpa-validate na ko sa akong questionnaire dugay kay naabot. Nga manugduhan na kasi mana. Wala dya po yung kuan. Agibalik na di ay for corrections niya. Wala pa ang final verdict. Ang data collection, pwede na mo kasugod ani. For data analysis, we still need the expertise of our statistician. Statistical considerations, naani siya sa ato ang gi-upload nga file sa ato ang Google Classroom. Pero ang i-include lang guro ninyo is ang informed consent, vulnerability of the research participant. So informed consent, vulnerability, privacy and confidentiality, transparency. And then wala na ning tulo. So, again, no, ang ato lang i-include as one paragraph or 2 or more paragraphs on transparency, privacy, and confidentiality. This is under ethical considerations ha. Appeal na to ang vulnerability of the respondents and informed consent. O syempre, kinahanglan po ang introduction o sa nga paragraph. Pwede mo kayo hinay ato, no? You will just leave behind ang ato ang respondents, dili pa totally complete. So, pwede mo kayo naman pero dili pa totally complete, no? Ato ang research questionnaire, your validity, and your data analysis. No? So, upat ka parts dire ang ianam-anam ra next week. Kaya wala pa ta ka-finalize. Pero ang na-discuss na nato ron, pwede na mo kasugod. Okay? Sugod mo sa research design, data gathering procedure, ethical considerations, and a portion of your respondents. No, only the total population lang ang kuan usa, and then segregate per type of respondent. Okay, kagets ra fourth year students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please also be mindful of the deadline ha, and katong mga request na ko regarding your MOA. If pwede karon nga weekend or sa Monday para ma-endorse na ta mo. I-send na lang siguro sa kuan. I-upload na lang sa Google Classroom stream na to para dili mawala, dali na to malocate kung sa Messenger man gud matabunan. So dito na lang ibutang. Same goes with your question, chapter 2. Ito na lang ta sa Google Classroom stream. It will be easier for me to locate it. Di na ako magtagbag ukay pa. If Messenger man gud maukayan pa nako na kay matabunan man siya. So do you have any questions fourth year before we end our session?
None, ma'am.
Okay, I do hope the leaders will send me their ratings sa lang mga members. As soon as you are done with your chapter 2, please send me a rating of your members each. APM lang ko. So thank you so much everyone for joining me this rainy afternoon, from applied business tools to preparing your MOA, and then also karon as we discuss a portion of your chapter 3. So I do hope that you will continue to focus your work. I'm very happy of our pace, no? Kay so far of all the research papers I've handled before, kamo ay pinaka-pas-pas. So I do hope that we can maintain this pace until December, so that once you have your OGT by January, dili na ta maghuna-huna nga na po may balikan nga final oral defense. No? So we can have it as early as December. So that dili lang po na to tunong og 20 December 25 no kanang yung Pasko na no, dili po, at least before ta mag summer break we can have the final defense. God willing kanang kung if everything runs smoothly lang niya, walay magsige og linabad no. Dili ka mo ha, pero maglinabad ng mga activities ba no nga maputol na pud ang ato ang momentum. Kay kita okay ra man gud ta mag-agad jud ta sa activities nato sa school no, say mo binay rason nga ma-postpone pud ato nga mga activities kay masapawan. But again, let us just hope. So thank you so much everyone, and I would like to thank you also for